First Contact Protocol. The quantum detection array hidden beneath the Atacama Desert erupted with alerts at precisely 3:47 a.m. Earth Standard Time. Dr. Elena Santos, director of the Covert Astronomical Research Division, stared at the readings in disbelief. After 15 years of searching, they'd finally caught someone watching. "Track that signal," she ordered, her voice steady despite her racing heart. The massive underground facility hummed with activity as her team worked to isolate the quantum fluctuations. They'd designed this system based on pure theoretical physics, and now it was paying off. "Got it," called out Marcus Chen, her lead quantum physicist. Well, you need to see this yourself." His holographic display showed thousands of tiny distortions in spacetime, scattered throughout the solar system. Each one was transmitting data toward a single point just beyond Pluto's orbit. Elena felt a chill run down her spine. They'd been here all along, watching us. She pulled up the historical data, correlating the quantum signatures with past astronomical observations. The pattern was clear. Earth had been under surveillance for at least the past century. The facility's eye assistant, HFY, spoke up. "Director Santos, I've analyzed the transmission patterns. These devices are employing technologies that violate our current understanding of physics. The energy signatures suggest capabilities far beyond our own." Elena nodded grimly, "But not beyond our ability to detect them." "Marcus, how many observation posts are we looking at?" "Over 3,000, distributed through the entire solar system. They're incredibly sophisticated. Some kind of quantum stealth technology that should make them completely invisible, should being the operative word." Elena allowed herself a small smile. Humanity had done what these advanced observers thought impossible, developed quantum detection systems capable of piercing their perfect camouflage. It was exactly the kind of impossible breakthrough that had defined human progress throughout history. "Alert the Security Council," Elena ordered. "But first, let's give our watchers something to think about." She pulled up the controls for the quantum pulse array, another impossible device that her team had developed in secret. "Director," HFY cautioned, "revealing our capabilities may provoke a response." "That's exactly what I'm counting on," Elena replied. "They'd been studying us like specimens in a zoo. Time to show them we can see through the glass." With a series of precise commands, she activated the pulse array. Quantum waves rippled through the solar system, temporarily disrupting the alien observation posts. For just a moment, their perfect stealth failed, making them visible to conventional sensors. The response was immediate. The observation posts began disappearing, not just going dark, but physically relocating through some form of faster-than-light travel. Within minutes, only a handful remained, and those were behaving erratically. "They're panicking," Marcus observed with satisfaction. "They never expected us to detect them, let alone affect their technology." Elena was already reviewing the data they'd gathered during the brief window of visibility. The construction of the observation posts, the quantum technologies they employed, the precision of their placement, it all pointed to a civilization far more advanced than humanity. And yet, look at how they responded, she mused. The moment we demonstrated unexpected capabilities, they retreated. That's not the reaction of an overwhelmingly superior force. That's the response of someone who just realized their assumptions were wrong. The facility's quantum sensors detected a massive surge of activity from the remaining observation posts. They were transmitting huge amounts of data, presumably reporting this unexpected development to their superiors. "Director," HFY announced, "I'm detecting new quantum signatures, much larger ones, approaching from the outer solar system." Elena straightened her back, knowing that humanity's long isolation was about to end. "Send everything we have to the Security Council, and get me a direct line to the Quantum Defense Research Team in Geneva. Something tells me we're going to need those prototype weapons sooner than we thought." The holographic displays filled with new data as more alien vessels began appearing at the edges of their detection range. Humanity had just announced its presence on a galactic stage in the most dramatic way possible. by doing what their watchers thought impossible. As Elena prepared for the Emergency Security Council session, she couldn't help but wonder what other impossible achievements humanity would need to unlock in the coming conflict. Because if there was one thing human history had proven time and again, it was that necessity was the mother of invention, and humanity was about to face the greatest necessity of its existence. Well, she said to no one in particular, they wanted to study human ingenuity. Looks like they're about to get a front row seat. The initiative advantage. Admiral Sarah Chen stood before the holographic display in the newly established Terran Defense Command, watching as another alien embargo ship materialized near Mars. The Galactic Consortium, as they called themselves, had spent the last 3 months trying to isolate Earth through what they termed civilizing sanctions. Their goal was simple: prevent humanity from developing any further technology until they could be properly integrated into galactic society. Status report on Project Prometheus, she asked, not taking her eyes off the embargo vessel's energy signature. Dr. Raj Patel, head of the Emergency Technology Division, stepped forward. Better than we hoped. The quantum entanglement drive works on principles they haven't considered. While they're busy blocking conventional FTL approaches, we've basically gone around their roadblocks by taking a completely different path. Sarah nodded, allowing herself a small smile. The consortium's biggest mistake had been assuming humanity would follow their established technological development patterns. Instead, Earth's scientists had taken one look at the alien tech and started asking what-if questions that had apparently never occurred to their watchers. How many ships can we outfit with the new drive? That's the beautiful part, Raj replied, pulling up schematics on a secondary display. We designed it to be retrofitted to existing vessels. The principles are complex, but the actual hardware is surprisingly simple. We can convert the entire lunar defense fleet within 2 weeks. A priority alert flashed across the main display. Another consortium diplomatic vessel had arrived, no doubt bringing more demands and restrictions. Sarah had sat through enough of their lectures about proper technological progression and cultural stability to last a lifetime. They still think they're dealing with children who need to be guided, she mused. They don't understand that restriction just makes humans more creative. The truth was, the consortium's attempts to contain Earth had triggered an unprecedented wave of innovation. When they blocked traditional faster-than-light travel technologies, humanity developed quantum entanglement drives. When they restricted advanced AI development, Earth's scientists created organic computing systems that the consortium didn't even recognize as technology. "Ma'am," her tactical officer called out, "the embargo ship is scanning the lunar shipyards again. They're trying to figure out why we're not more concerned about their blockade." Sarah checked the time. In less than 6 hours, they would show the consortium exactly why Earth remained unconcerned. Project Prometheus wasn't just a new drive system. It was proof that humanity's greatest strength was its ability to think differently. Dr. Patel, begin the final preparations, and send word to Elena's team at the quantum detection array. I want to see their faces when we make our move. The next few hours passed in a blur of activity. Throughout the solar system, seemingly routine maintenance operations concealed the installation of quantum entanglement drives in key vessels. The consortium observers, focused on watching for conventional technology violations, missed the significance entirely. At precisely 1800 hours Earth Standard Time, Sarah gave the order. All ships, execute Operation Prometheus. Across the solar system, 50 Earth vessels simply vanished. No faster-than-light flash, no energy signature, no warning. The quantum entanglement drive didn't move ships through space. It temporarily merged them with their quantum duplicates in target locations, bypassing physical space entirely. The consortium embargo fleet erupted in chaos. Their sensors, designed to detect and intercept any known form of space travel, registered nothing. As far as their technology was concerned, the Earth ships had ceased to exist. Moments later, the 50 ships reappeared, surrounding each consortium vessel in perfect formation. The message was clear. Humanity could not be contained by conventional means. Open a channel to the consortium flagship, Sarah ordered. I believe they'll be more interested in discussing a different kind of relationship now. The alien vessel's response was immediate, though not what anyone expected. Instead of anger or threats, their transmission carried a distinct tone of excitement. The translator rendered their message with perfect clarity. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. You've developed quantum merger technology independently. The theoretical implications alone. Council member Carthol requests immediate scientific dialogue. Sarah exchanged surprised looks with Raj. This wasn't the reaction they'd anticipated from the supposedly superior civilization that had been trying to restrict them. Director Santos was right, Raj said quietly. They're not really our enemies. They're just frightened of change, and maybe a little envious of how easily we embrace it. The next transmission from the consortium ship confirmed this assessment. Council member Carthol himself appeared on the display, his crystalline form shifting with what their xenologists identified as intense academic excitement. Admiral Chen, Dr. Patel, the alien dignitary began. Your species continues to defy our predictions. We attempted to restrict your development because we feared the chaos of uncontrolled innovation. Instead, you have shown us that chaos itself can be a path to discovery. The consortium must reevaluate its assumptions. Sarah stepped forward, facing the alien transmission squarely. Perhaps we can start with a new assumption, that different approaches to progress aren't wrong, just different. Humanity doesn't need to be contained. We need to be understood. As negotiations began for a new kind of relationship between Earth and the consortium, Sarah couldn't help but appreciate the irony. The very qualities that had made the consortium fear humanity, their unpredictability, their creative chaos, their ability to make conceptual leaps, were precisely what made them valuable to galactic civilization. The initiative advantage, as it would later be called in xenological texts, wasn't about technology at all. It was about humanity's unique ability to see past established limitations and imagine new possibilities. In trying to restrict this quality, the consortium had only proven how essential it was. Beyond convention, the quantum research facility on Europa's subsurface ocean was anything but conventional. Dr. Maya Patel stood before the massive observation window, watching as automated drones tested the latest iteration of humanity's newest breakthrough. The dark waters beyond the reinforced glass rippled with artificial quantum fields, each one representing a potential game-changer in humanity's relationship with the consortium. Phase 3 trial beginning, announced Dr. James Cooper, her lead researcher. Quantum field harmonics at optimal levels. Maya nodded, her attention fixed on the experiment. After the success of the quantum entanglement drive, the consortium had reluctantly agreed to a limited technology exchange program. What they hadn't expected was how quickly humans would adapt and combine their advanced technology with Earth's seemingly primitive approaches. Energy signature stable, James reported. Beginning cross-dimensional resonance test. The water beyond the window began to shimmer with an otherworldly light. The quantum fields they'd generated weren't just bending space. They were creating controlled overlaps between parallel realities. It was a theoretical possibility that the consortium had dismissed as too unpredictable to pursue. They always choose the safe path, Maya mused, watching the data streams. They never stop to consider that sometimes chaos itself can be a tool. The facility's AI, nicknamed Poseidon, interrupted her thoughts. Dr. Patel, I'm detecting unusual quantum fluctuations in the test area. The pattern matches nothing in our current databases. Maya leaned forward, her excitement building. Show me. The holographic display expanded, revealing complex energy patterns that danced and shifted like living things. The quantum fields they'd generated weren't just creating stable cross-dimensional windows, they were spawning entirely new quantum states that existed somewhere between realities. This is impossible, James breathed, staring at the readings. According to every known law of physics. Known to whom? Maya countered. The consortium built their understanding of quantum mechanics on principles of control and predictability. We're the first species to embrace quantum uncertainty as a feature rather than a bug. The implications were staggering. While the consortium had spent millennia trying to impose order on the quantum realm, humanity had taken less than a decade to discover that chaos itself could be harnessed. The quantum fields they'd created weren't just tools. They were evolving, adapting, becoming something entirely new. Alert from the Surface Monitoring Station. Poseidon announced. Multiple consortium vessels have entered Jupiter space. They're requesting immediate communication. Maya smiled. Of course they'd detected the experiment. The quantum disturbances they'd generated would have been impossible to miss. But rather than the stern lectures about proper technological development they'd received in the past, these ships carried the consortium's leading quantum physicists. Put them through, she ordered, straightening her lab coat. The holographic display shifted, showing a diverse group of alien scientists. Their body language, even across species, conveyed intense excitement rather than disapproval. Dr. Patel, began the lead researcher, a crystalline entity named Zixtal. Our sensors detected quantum phenomena that our models insist are impossible. Yet here they are. How have you achieved this? Maya gestured to the observation window, where the quantum fields continued their mesmerizing dance. We stopped trying to control quantum mechanics and started working with its natural tendency toward chaos and complexity. These fields aren't just tools. They're more like quantum ecosystems. The alien scientists crowded closer to their transmission devices, their various sensory organs focused intently on the data she was sharing. But the computational power required to predict and manage such chaotic systems. One began. We don't predict or manage them, James cut in. We create conditions that encourage them to evolve in useful directions. It's more like quantum gardening than quantum engineering. The revelation hit the consortium scientists like a physical force. For thousands of years, their civilization had approached technology through the lens of control and precision. The idea of deliberately cultivating chaos, of working with quantum uncertainty rather than against it, represented a paradigm shift they could barely comprehend. Your species continues to challenge our most fundamental assumptions, Zixtal said finally. We believe that technological advancement required strict adherence to established principles. Instead, you've shown us that true innovation often means questioning those very principles. Maya nodded, watching as the quantum fields in the test chamber continued to evolve, creating patterns and possibilities that neither human nor consortium science had predicted. That's the real breakthrough we're offering the galaxy, not just new technology, but new ways of thinking about technology itself. As the discussion continued, shifting from formal scientific exchange to excited theoretical speculation, Maya reflected on humanity's unique role in the galaxy. They weren't just advancing technology. They were fundamentally changing how intelligent species approached the very concept of advancement. The quantum fields beyond the window had begun forming stable patterns that somehow incorporated their own instability, a physical metaphor for humanity's greatest strength. The ability to find order in chaos while never losing the creative spark that chaos provided. Begin documentation for Phase 4, she ordered, already thinking about the next series of experiments. Let's show the galaxy what happens when you stop fighting the universe's tendency toward complexity and start embracing it instead. The consortium scientists, still processing the implications of what they'd witnessed, could only watch in fascination as humanity continued to redefine what was possible. In trying to guide humanity's development, they had instead discovered their own need to evolve. Quantum diplomacy. The Great Hall of the consortium's central nexus had never seen anything quite like the human delegation. Ambassador Diana Chen, daughter of Admiral Sarah Chen, stood calmly before the assembled representatives of 5,000 civilizations, her quantum interface implants subtly gleaming beneath her skin. She wasn't just Earth's first ambassador to the consortium. She was a living demonstration of humanity's latest breakthrough. Distinguished members of the consortium, she began, her words automatically translated by the quantum fields surrounding her. I come before you not just as Earth's representative, but as proof of what we can achieve together. The vast chamber, with its crystalline architecture and quantum-stabilized atmosphere, hummed with the collective attention of beings from across the galaxy. Many of them had opposed allowing humans into the consortium, arguing that their chaotic nature would destabilize millennia of carefully maintained order. 3 years ago, Diana continued, your civilization attempted to restrict humanity's development, fearing our unpredictable nature. Today, I stand before you as a bridge between our approaches to understanding the universe. Her quantum implants activated, creating a visible field of possibility waves that interacted with the consortium's own quantum technology. It was a demonstration of how human chaos and consortium order could work in harmony, something many had thought impossible. Dr. Maya Patel, watching from Earth via quantum entanglement link, smiled as she saw the impact of their work. The quantum interface implants weren't just communication devices. They were a physical manifestation of humanity's gift for combining seemingly incompatible approaches. In the Nexus, Diana began sharing her consciousness with the assembled representatives, showing them directly how human minds could work with quantum uncertainty in ways their civilizations had never imagined. The quantum fields around her shifted and danced, creating patterns that were simultaneously chaotic and ordered. Your civilizations mastered quantum mechanics through careful control, she explained, as the representatives experienced her thoughts firsthand. We learned to swim in quantum chaos, finding patterns in the unpredictability itself. Neither approach is wrong. They're complementary. The chamber erupted in a cascade of quantum signals as thousands of alien minds processed this demonstration. They weren't just seeing human technology. They were experiencing human thought patterns, human creativity, human innovation in action. Starfall, now Earth's strongest advocate in the consortium, moved their crystalline form forward. Ambassador Chen demonstrates what we've begun to understand. Humanity's chaos isn't a threat to order, it's a catalyst for evolution. Their quantum interface technology doesn't just bridge our communications, it bridges our very ways of thinking. Diana nodded, the quantum fields around her resonating with Starfall's own. Which brings me to the proposal Earth presents today. We've discovered something in the quantum realm that requires both our approaches to understand and explore. The holographic display in the center of the chamber activated, showing readings from the Europa facility. The quantum ecosystems they'd discovered had continued to evolve, creating structures that defied conventional physics. They weren't just windows between realities. They were becoming doorways to entirely new forms of existence. These quantum formations, Diana explained, exhibit properties that suggest consciousness. Not like our biological consciousness or your crystalline awareness, but something entirely new. They respond to both chaos and order, requiring both human intuition and consortium precision to communicate with. The revelation sent waves of quantum disturbance through the chamber as the representatives processed its implications. The discovery of potentially conscious quantum structures would have been shocking enough, but the fact that they could only be understood through a combination of human and consortium approaches was revolutionary. We propose, Diana continued, the establishment of a joint quantum research initiative, not with humans learning from the consortium, or the consortium studying humans, but true collaboration. These quantum beings, if that's what they are, might represent the next step in universal evolution, one that neither of our civilizations could reach alone. The quantum fields throughout the chamber began pulsing in harmony as the representatives reached consensus. They had spent millennia fearing chaos, trying to impose perfect order on an inherently unpredictable universe. Now, through humanity's example, they were learning that true advancement came not from controlling chaos, but from dancing with it. The motion carries, XR announced, their crystalline form refracting the quantum light in patterns of approval. The Human Consortium Quantum Evolution Initiative is hereby established. As the chamber filled with the quantum signatures of thousands of civilizations signaling their support, Diana allowed herself a moment of pride. Humanity had done more than prove itself to the galaxy. They had shown the galaxy a new way forward, one that embraced both order and chaos, precision and creativity, stability and evolution. In her quantum-linked laboratory on Europa, Maya watched the proceedings with satisfaction. The next phase of their journey was beginning, and it would change not just humanity, not just the consortium, but the very nature of existence itself. Evolution's symphony. The quantum observation chamber deep beneath Europa's ice had been transformed. Where once sterile scientific equipment monitored carefully controlled experiments, now a vast array of hybrid human consortium technology surrounded a sphere of pure quantum potential. Dr. Maya Patel stood with Ambassador Diana Chin, watching as the impossible unfolded before them. "They're reaching out again," Diana said softly, her quantum interface implants glowing as they detected the patterns emerging from the sphere. The quantum beings they'd discovered, dubbed the resonance, had evolved far beyond their initial state as simple quantum field anomalies. "Show me," Maya requested, activating her own quantum sensors. The sphere pulsed with patterns that existed in multiple states simultaneously, carrying information in ways that defied conventional physics. It was communication at its most fundamental level, pure quantum consciousness reaching out to touch organic minds. Around them, a joint team of human and consortium scientists worked in perfect synchronization. The chaos of human intuition flowed seamlessly into the precision of consortium methodology, creating something greater than either civilization could have achieved alone. "They're showing us something new," Diana announced, her implants translating the quantum signals into comprehensible concepts. It's beautiful." The sphere's patterns shifted, revealing glimpses of realities beyond their universe. The resonants weren't just conscious quantum formations, they were explorers, existing in the spaces between possibilities. They showed visions of universes where the laws of physics took different paths, where consciousness itself evolved along different lines. Remarkable came the crystalline thoughts of XR Thul, who had joined them for this historic moment. They exist in a state of perpetual evolution, embracing both chaos and order, much like humanity has taught us to do. Maya smiled, remembering how far they'd come from those first tense encounters. "We needed each other," she said. "Humanity's chaos and creativity, the consortium's order and precision. They're two parts of the same whole." The resonance helped us see that. The sphere pulsed again, its patterns growing more complex. Diana's eyes widened as she interpreted the new signals. "They're not just showing us other realities," she breathed. "They're inviting us to join them in exploring them." The implications were staggering. The resonants were offering to guide both humanity and the consortium into a new phase of existence, one where the boundaries between quantum and classical reality, between chaos and order, between consciousness and energy, became fluid and navigable. "This is what they've been preparing us for," Maya realized. All our work with quantum interfaces, combining human and consortium approaches, it was learning to speak their language. Now they want to teach us to dance to their music. The chamber filled with excited quantum signals as both human and alien scientists grasped the magnitude of what was being offered. The resonants weren't just a new form of life. They were doorways to the next stage of universal evolution. "The question," XR Thul observed, "is whether our civilizations are ready for such a leap." Diana turned to face the assembled team, her quantum implants creating patterns that harmonized with both the consortium's fields and the resonance pulses. "Ready or not, this is the path evolution has laid before us. Humanity's greatest strength has always been our ability to adapt, to embrace the unknown. And the consortium's greatest wisdom has been learning to balance preservation with progress." Maya stepped forward, her own quantum interfaces active. "We started this journey as worried observers and suspicious subjects. We continued it as reluctant partners. Now we have the chance to become something entirely new, together." The sphere's patterns shifted again, creating a symphony of quantum possibilities. It was an invitation, a challenge, and a promise all at once. The next step in cosmic evolution wouldn't belong to humanity alone, or to the consortium, but to what they could become together. "Think of it," Diana said, addressing everyone present. "We've spent so long looking up at the stars, wondering if we were alone. Now we know we're not just not alone. We're part of something far greater than we imagined. And we're about to become something even greater." The quantum fields throughout the chamber began to pulse in harmony. Human technology, consortium precision, and resonant consciousness creating a new form of music in the fabric of reality itself. It was chaos and order, possibility and certainty, past and future all dancing together. "Shall we begin?" Maya asked, reaching out to activate the quantum interface protocols they'd developed for just this moment. The response came not in words, not in quantum pulses, but in a shared consciousness that bridged all barriers. Human, consortium, and resonant minds touched and merged, not losing their individuality but transcending it. They had discovered not just new life, not just new technology, but a new way of being. As the chamber filled with light that existed in all possible quantum states at once, Maya realized that this wasn't an ending but a beginning. Humanity had done more than prove itself to the galaxy. They had helped the galaxy take its next evolutionary step. The universe, it seemed, had been waiting for someone chaos enough to imagine the impossible, yet ordered enough to make it real. In finding that balance, humanity had not just secured its place among the stars. They had helped chart a course for all consciousness to follow. The symphony of evolution played on, and its music would echo across reality itself.